Hey, Shalom. Hey, before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. And I want to do this quick little in transit. Lord willing, is edifying, informative. And, I want to speak on a few things. Give me 1 second, backing up. The main thing that inspired this lesson, basically the title of this video will be something to the extent of America is really only holding on by vibes. Okay? The only thing that's really holding this place together is bread and circus, aka vibes. You know, you hear people, man, it's only good vibes, only the positive vibes. That's all. That is it. Even within our own selves, through the spirit, we have faith and we lean upon Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But, we do our best to keep our vibes high in the spirit. But these people out here, that's it. That's the glue. This thing, what else does this place have? What else is left? Today it came across my timeline. I haven't, my rib was trying to tell me about it a few days ago, but I didn't really comprehend it until just really the last several, minutes, 30 minutes or so ago, an hour ago, is Facebook and Instagram are crumbling, like right before our eyes. As I'm speaking, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of users that are logging into the app, trying to figure out how to delete their profiles on Facebook, okay, IG, Instagram. Hell, a lot of people are trying to figure out, are leaving WhatsApp, which is a very popular platform for, even us. Our brothers, I know a lot of brothers use the WhatsApp, so these platforms may very well start to lose what's the word I'm looking for? Their fluidity, like you expect a certain level of service, a certain level of it working when you log in, But hey man, we're witnessing in real time the crumbling of social media, and what I find very, I got some scriptures. I'm driving. The main thing I want to hit, I'm gonna try to read, but I'm gonna quote it in the spirit, is Revelation the 18th chapter. Babylon the Great is falling, and this is a major part of it as well, man. This social media, and so on and so forth. But one thing that I'm seeing, right, and the alongside this whole, because you got to ask yourself, everybody that's saying all of this and planning on leaving these platforms, you got to ask yourself, well, where the hell are they going to go? And you got a lot of people that are pushing for, hey, if they ban, because it's a possibility that they're still going to ban TikTok, right? Because this is what this is. This is a protest against Mark Zuckerberg, who is the owner of these platforms, Facebook, IG, Metaverse, and so on and so forth. This is the protest that people are doing. If you go on TikTok right now and you look under the hashtag delete Facebook, it's endless amounts of videos of individuals saying, yeah, I deleted mine, F this, I'm not going for this. And then people are talking about where they're going to go. And a lot of people are saying that they're going to go to YouTube, which is an interesting point. And to me, at least, because that would push YouTube into a position where there's more creators and therefore more viewers and therefore more money to be pushed out. Now, for us here we know that through the Spirit, we hear. I can't speak for other camps, but here at Great Millstone, we don't aim to monetize our pages and shit like that. You know, that's not what this is for. The scriptures say, buy the truth and sell it not. So you buy this truth through paying attention. You see, they're paying attention. But nevertheless, you know, you're not going to come to us and, you know, we're not going to sell you breakdowns, and we're not also going to make money off of these words, you know, in that way. You know, it's about having integrity through the Spirit. But what does that still has an effect on all of us. If all of these content creators that were once on IG, for instance, you know, if you've been around long enough, if you're of, you know, let's just say you're a millennial, right? You're a millennial, you know, you're mid 30s, you know, you're like my age, right? 35, 36, 37, you know, 30, 31, 32, you know, anywhere between 30 and 37, 38. You've seen, you know, well, let me just say that I guess you could say really 30 and up. You know, but I'm really speaking to millennials per se. And when I mean a millennial, anybody between the ages of like 27 and 41, right? 42. You've seen these apps come and go in a way where you've seen where they started out as, you know, something for high schoolers, you know, but then these apps are, you know, so you know them all, but it was what I'm trying to get to. The point of me saying that is, having 10,000 subscribers on IG and having 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and having 10 and so on and so forth, those have different meanings. It's not the same effect to have a person with 10,000 subscribers on YouTube monetized page is getting paid monthly. Okay? You having 10,000 subscribers or 10,000 followers on Facebook or on IG, that shit don't mean nothing. In all actuality, it means nothing. In reality, I mean, you could try to monetize your page by ads and so on and so forth, but in reality, it doesn't mean anything. So this is why it's going to be interesting to see all of these creators flood YouTube in these times. All right, now I want to get a few scriptures that I quoted. All right, let's get a few out there on my head still. The first one was Revelation 18 and 2, and it says, and he cried. I started at the top. Revelation 18 and 1, and it says, and after these things I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, this part is speaking on the destruct. This is right after the destruction of this place. All right. And it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed a fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth wax rich through the abundance of the delicacies. All right. So this is going into the downfall of Babylon the Great. All right. Verse 8, skipping down. I could read the whole chapter, but I'm not going to. And it says, therefore shall her plagues come in 1 hour. In 1 day, death, mourning, famine, and shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. All right. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her. See, you got to understand this TikTok, right? It is a major company, you know, it's not no little brand. You know, we're talking about billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, advertisements, creators, and so on and so forth. And, you know, them trying to ban this in America, it comes off in so many different ways. You could really say it comes off very racist, you know, because the what they're being proven of in Congress meetings is that in all actuality, this app, though it is a Chinese owned app, has not been guilty of stealing, quote unquote, stealing information. OK, But so it's coming out now that Mark Zuckerberg through Facebook, which Facebook has been found for so many years of doing illegal information. That's why, I can remember years ago, the apostles and elders were the first ones to tell us to get the hell off these apps, and you only use them for for business basics, and it was spiritual. It was ahead of its time, and it's spiritual, and it's showing itself, because sooner or later there's not going to be an app to log into. That's what's really occurring right now in real time. These apps are going, these main apps are going down fast. You could throw Twitter in the mix there. When I was reading something earlier, when Elon Musk bought Twitter a year ago, he bought it for $44 billion, right? But now Twitter is valued at about $20 billion. Okay, so it's devalued greatly over this last year. Okay, so these apps are going through it. These social media platforms are going through it. People are scrambling because life is still going to go on. As long as there's internet, there's going to be a way for people to figure out how to get content to the people. But the main one that they're doing right now, which is going to lead me to I want to get this next precept. Get this next precept on deck. Let's go from here real quick to 1 Corinthians 1 Corinthians 4:9, and it reads, "For I think that Yahweh Shem Yahushai have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death." And you got to remember, see, like I said, everybody now is like, where are we going to go next? And a lot of people are going the way of YouTube. Like I said, keep in mind that, like I used the analogy of having 10,000 followers on IG versus having 10,000 followers on YouTube is two different things. Okay? Two different situations there. A guy with 100,000 followers on IG versus a person with 100,000 followers on YouTube is two different things. You getting a nice check if your page is monetized, and especially with shorts. YouTube shorts are becoming extremely popular. Now, the reason why I'm speaking on these things, you may be wondering, why do I know these things, or how do I know these things? Because from a business aspect, these apps have a place. Okay? These apps, IG has turned into nothing but vanity. There's no productivity or profitability you really can create on that. Everybody hates everything. You a lame ass nigga if you watch stories. You a lame ass nigga if you comment. You a lame ass nigga if you like pictures. You a lame ass nigga if you in the DMs. It's a dead app. Period. So like I said, I'm not speaking on this. This is just because you got to understand the scriptures say we're running a business here. All right. Even though we don't take carnal payment, there's still a business aspect to this. So again, with this whole 1 Corinthians 4:9, for I think that Yahweh Shem Yahushai set forth us, the apostles, last. That's the teachers of the scriptures, the prophets. All right. As it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world and to the angels and to men. Now, with YouTube, one thing about the YouTube app, platform, however you want to look at it, man, I'm going to go on a limb and say it. The Israelites control YouTube, man. There's no bigger world left than the Israelites. Okay? You have other communities that, yeah, sure. You have your car communities, you got sports, you got all of these different things that are major. So there's no disregarding that. But what I'm speaking to as far as a pivotal piece of YouTube, it's the world of the Israelites, whether that be Great Millstone, IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari, and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm just named a few off the top of my head. whatever the differences within the doctrines are, that's true, and that's to be discussed in another video. But as far as having a chunk of the space, Israelites, nobody, I'll go on a limb and say this as well. Nobody, no platform, nobody on the world of YouTube, minus, and I doubt they even they upload as much as us collectively, uploads as much as us. When you understand how much information and videos we upload as a body, individually and collectively as a body, I will go as far as to say that we upload at least 10 to an hour long video, 10 minutes to 60-minute long videos every hour on the hour. Multiple people. I would go as far as to say, and that's just Great Millstone. Okay? Great Millstone alone uploads at least one video every hour on the hour every day. That's a minimum of 12 10-minute videos ranging to 10 minutes to 60 minutes. You get what I'm saying? And how can I say, how do I know every day? Well, the apostles upload at least every day. Right there, that's just one video. Minimum of one video every day. So when you add all the other men in this, that's a major chunk within YouTube. So the Lord is gathering, as I perceive in the spirit, corralling all of these people right to the YouTube platform. Right? Because this is where the truth is at. See, everybody has tried to go other places, but it doesn't fit the narrative. You know, IG doesn't fit the what we're trying to push. You can't teach on IG. That's a vanity site. It's pictures. You can't teach on Twitter. There's no videos. It's just 115 or 150 characters. You TikTok to a certain extent, but that's not necessarily what, you can learn things, but it's only in a short period. On YouTube, you could get anything from a 30-second video to, 10 hours, depending on the person that uploaded it. Okay. So again, that's just my spiritual, analytical view of what's going on with social media right now. Okay. So let's go from there to, what was I just had a scripture in my head. Oh, you know what? Another thing that's happening, since I'm here still, I'll just speak on it as well. I'll pull the scripture because it ties right in as well. If you're familiar with the manosphere on YouTube as well, it's basically covering itself with dirt in its own grave. And what's the manosphere if you're not familiar, for anybody that may not be familiar with this? That's the realm on YouTube where you have your Kevin Samuels was a part of it, your O'Shea Duke Jacksons, your Fit and Fresh. All of these characters are part of what a quote unquote the manosphere, and also another sector of the manosphere, which is the black manosphere. All of that is crumbling, aka another word for it you could say is the red pill. It's crumbling. When Kevin Samuels died, it died right along with it. And right now they're having inward fights again as well, because that's not what the Lord. See, I'm gonna read this. This is Psalms 127:1, and it says, "Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchmen wake up but in vain." All right. So here it is. All of these individuals for so many years have been bringing their own twist on how a man should be, how a woman should be, how a family should be, what people should and shouldn't be doing. And it's all been in vain because it doesn't deal with the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because the Lord didn't anoint them or call them to do this building. So the Lord has really been killing off these other apps and these different figures within this app. Okay. Just leading us to a point where what's going to happen is people ain't going to have no choice but to search the YouTube. Okay? That's where this is going. For the last several years, YouTubers have been bigger figures in the industry of entertainment and media than, in some cases, your favorite rappers, your favorite actors. There's athletes that are YouTube stars that are bigger than most NBA stars. Okay? I'm gonna read this again. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. And all of this has been in vain. This Fresh and Fit, this Red Pill, you know, if you're paying attention and you have a, you know, the manosphere is crumbling behind the comments that Pearly made the other day. You know, all of these things aren't little coincidences. This is creating dramas and splits so that the truth can prevail through. See, everything is spiritual. I'm going to go to another scripture and I'm going to close up here. Same book, Psalms. Because you got to remember Psalms 19, the internet was only created for one purpose and one purpose only. Everything else is just vanity. The internet was only created to give as a tool for the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to use it to wake up the elect. That's the only reason that there is an internet. Okay? This is Psalms 19:1. It says, the heavens declareth the glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Day unto day speech uttereth, and night unto night sheweth knowledge. All right? And that's what the internet does. You know? See, the beautiful thing about the internet is, let's just say I did a video 4 years ago on a subject matter or a topic at hand. People can still go back and watch that video from 4 years ago at the same time while I'm recording this video as I speak. That's a heavy level of prophecy that's able to go out at one time. And then every day a new video is coming up, and a new video and a new video and another video and more and more and more and more. We've just saturated the YouTube place with Hebrew Israelite information. See, where did the Hebrew Israelite phenomenon break out at? Okay, it started through the spirit where I got it. I won't say it started, but for me, I first found out about it on Daily Motion. And then from there, YouTube really began to start to take off. Okay, to the point that you see it today. The Israelite movement was not shown. It was not established or became a phenomenon, as I said, through Instagram or TikTok. That's why I say it doesn't boom on those sites. The site that it booms on and makes the most sense is YouTube. Okay. So it says there's no speech nor language where the voice is not heard. Because why? That any video that we put up, I could do it in English, but you're able to, put captions on this, read it, and you could, maybe if the options are set, you could put different languages. So this could be translated into any language, all right, for anybody to be able to hear it. Okay? All right, it says their line has gone out throughout all the earth. And this is what the internet did. The internet was a major tool that allowed us to spread this word throughout the entire world, from all the four corners of the earth. This word was able to be expressed. Okay, that's what happened. All right, but the internet is not needed for anything else. All this other shit is just because the fact that there's internet shopping and shit like that. This is all just extra. The truth of the matter is that it was meant to be for the prophets. And when the word, all of this is really showing that this word is we're almost the famine of the word is about to come. See, because the next thing is, and I'm gonna close up here, is the internet, the YouTube is going to be used to catch a lot of spiritual acts, a lot of miracles. And when that happens, they're going to finally condense and shut this thing down. And then that's going to be it, man. Okay. Hey, so with that, I want to close this up. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. And until next time.